Refugees are a flourishing new society is a future that emerged from conversations, all of which required translation between Swahili and English, between myself and refugee agronomist Marius Ziganira. My name is Owen Allen. I am an Australian physiotherapist, farmer, and social innovator. The conversation Marius and I got into 3 years ago, though translation has been full of information gaps, reached for collaboration, action, and friendship. Refugees are a flourishing new society is a vision of a global, mobile, sustainable society we are all participating. The initial conversation of Marius and I was the picking up of one small piece of action to start our participation in the global project with the refugees of the Nakivale camps of southern Uganda. To get into action, Marius and I just got that the Nakivale refugee community, the size of a small city spread over 187 square kilometres, exists in survival, grief, and thwarted aspirations. From that place, we then looked at what was in front of us: beneficiary groups, local resources, and my resources. And we came to agree on a short-term line of activities, a series of seminars for refugee gardeners, mainly women. We brought to those seminars international experts in fields of eco-agriculture and ecosystem restoration. However simply conceived, this start was made in the promise to each other to see that future. Refugees are a flourishing new society. Marius and I have had weekly meetings for 3 years, organising events and projects, raising funds, reflecting on outcomes and lessons, and drawing what further aspiration we saw. We registered the Umoja Community Foundation, UCF, 2 years ago. Since then, through various networks of conversation, especially related to ecosystem restoration, climate restoration, eco-agriculture, and leadership, and including experts from the UK, Portugal, Canada, USA, Australia, and Africa, we have developed 2 programs in agriculture and gardening, 2 programs in leadership and team project management, 1 program in biochar manufacture and carbon marketing, 1 program in microfinance, 1 program in Qigong trainer training, and 1 working conversation with a refugee disabilities organisation around fulfilling the special needs of refugees with disabilities. We also have a project in building a cultural and skills training centre, a hub for all programs. In 2 years, Marius and I have moved UCF through a phase 1, establishing emerging programs with predictive methods for the successful development and expansion across Nakivale. As we stand at the threshold of phase 2, the establishment of teams of trainers with the resources to provide access to villages at distance to base camp, we require an upgrade of organisational governance, administrative support, and access to better funding. We recently had a successful drive to recruit 3 international board members with capacity to assist upgrading governance. We urgently need the resources to move our trainer teams into the field in order to deal with the level of activity already planned and the persistent flood of demand from refugees. My interviews for new board members also opened a clearing for a new structure, a consultancy team of specialists who can act as observers and listeners to board meetings and reflect to the board lines of possible developmental action as seen through the lens of those specialties. UCF is developing as a dance of conversations flowing through the refugee community and the growing body of international contributors. From that dance, across languages and cultures, is emerging practical enterprises for a collaborative community to grow into a flourishing society. Thank you.